Hello everyone, this week in Star Citizen. Wednesday is packed with updates, beginning with the release of Alpha 4.8.3, the return of Xenothreat. The notorious outlaw group has returned to Stanton with a new event featuring 5 concurrent ship combat contracts. From boarding an Idris to defending civilians and taking the flight directly to Xenothreat forces, you will earn rewards and help drive the invaders back. Yeah, Xenothreat is back, but it's not the old good Xenothreat, this is a new one. It's a lot more shallow and it's not exactly working very well. Here's a thread on r/Star Citizen, the White Knight Star Citizen. Link to this is my first pinned comment below. Is that their best really? At this point there's only regression. By Asho Hiyagi. The event is a joke at this point. You are killing desynced enemies that don't even move just to get blueprints that take 10 hours of prep and 5 people to mine the materials needed to craft them. Their idea of challenge is literally wasting players' time with zero fun or engagement. Dogfighting is pointless because nothing syncs. Enemy freeze, rubber band or teleport. The whole thing feels like a stress test from 2015. And the sad part, the game was more stable and more fun in the first iteration of Arena Commander than it is now. The game is 90% bugs, 9% tedious grind and 1% actual fun. And that's the truth people who sank too much money into it can't handle. It's not about skill, not about progression, not about challenge, it's about fighting the engine more than the enemies. 346 upvotes, I couldn't have said it any better. Here's a video of some of those two things. In the old days, when we had a player cap of 24, Star Citizen usually played rather well. There were some issues, but it was not too bad. Then CRG increased player cap to 50, later to 100 players, and issues started to appear. In 3.18 we got PS, persistent entity streaming, because Chris thinks it is so important that he can find a Coke bottle he threw in the woods 4 weeks earlier.
And also have the entire system be persistent. So, if you drop a Coke can in a forest somewhere and walk away, that Coke can is remembered, the state of the universe is remembered. So unless someone comes and, takes it, it will still be there if you came back even in a month's time or whatever.
No quiz, no one cares. Maybe if PS would work without any negative consequences, yeah, maybe. But as it stands, PS seems to be a huge strain on your servers and your database. CRG doesn't even do any cleanups, just go to an outpost and you can see dozens of bricked ships that are just kept there for days, weeks and months. Those bricked ships are still using up server and database resources. We cannot even salvage them, we cannot move them. If you try to move them, you are getting a crime stat. Why not just remove them? And since we got PS in 3.18, things have gotten way worse with two things.
PS is the state of the simulation that's now persisting. That's great. It's behind us.
You serious?
Then in 4.0 we got the first iteration of static server meshing, and CRG increased player cap to up to 800 players on a server shard, and since then these things are really, really bad. In 4.5 we got engineering, and now CRG servers that were already way overworked have to take care, have to store, and have to distribute even more data. Those things are totally out of control. CRG's old and ancient engine that was never supposed to be used in MMO, CRG's terrible netcode, and CRG's terrible servers cannot deal with an MMO. Let's read some of the comments. Tumblr, the most interesting part of the last mission was the Idris had its hangar doors open and people were trying to board. The ship was constantly doing something like a barrel roll and it was nearly impossible to board. Eventually it died and the mission completed. Then we were able to board the ship. I was hoping to find cool loot, but it was just some random NPCs with light armor. I didn't see any loot crates and it despawned after 5 minutes or so. I would like to see more missions where the goal is to disable the cap ship and board it, and in the end you get something of value loot-wise. Yeah, all this work and all you get are some blueprints where you need to spend dozens and dozens of hours to get at the material. Carbon 2, dude, there's so much neat stuff you could do like this, but we just get half-baked more of the same shit every chance. Sovereign SC, with how poor mining is implemented currently, pushing blueprints that much is unnecessary. Most of players don't even mine regularly or at all. Yeah, mining was much better in the past. One of the many things that were much better in the past. Also the craft lab, landing radar, repair and refuel drones, and the much better flight model we had before we got the boring, no fun master mode in 3.23. Ship Tech logged in last night, asked how the event was going, got one message, NPC Desync, went well fuck, logged back off and continued playing spacecraft. Miffed Moggle, after overdrive, the Desyncs got progressively worse to the point the guys I played with didn't even log in, let alone bother doing the other events. Echo 117, this event sucks ass. I would be absolutely fine if 3 things were included. Rewards are hanger bound, the bloody Desyncs was fixed, the contracts can actually be shared to your party members. John DK, dishonestly why I can't watch Jared talk about how the last year or more has been the best ever for Star Citizen. It's garbage. I'm sorry to be brutal, but they have nothing here in terms of gameplay yet. The actual fun gameplay is still as ethereal as it always has been. Star Citizen has the promise of a good game, it has the outline, and CRG can't seem to color within those lines, honestly. Yeah, I don't like that Jared doesn't play the game and just says silly things like the best year ever for Star Citizen. It's obvious this is just marketing speech. No other game promises what Star Citizen does. But we will never get the game Chris and CRG promised us in the last 13 years. Never. All we can hope for is a bare minimum 1.0 with just 5 star systems, missing basics, missing mechanics, almost no physics, no alien worlds, no NPC crews, and very bad performance. And even this is years away. Please stop throwing money into this fire. We will never get the game they promised. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Hey, traveler. Thanks for stopping by CryAstro, the Empire's repair, refuel, and restocking one-stop solution. Got into a little scrape, huh? We can patch the damage up if you like.
Yes, I like to.
Landing gear deployed.
Your radar changed into a landing radar and you could land on a dime without third-person view. This would be very helpful, especially since many hangars are very tight if you are in a big ship.
Landing complete.
Okay, let's get everything. These are the repair drones.
Fueling. Your ship's all ready to fly. Good luck out there, and remember, next time you're running low, we'll take care of you at CryAstro.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.